what is another like something that most people don't really know, whether about the airline industry itself or about booking flights, that you really think like more people ought to know and isn't that hard to do or to understand?
The biggest thing that I would point to is what's called the 24-hour rule. And this is specific to the United States. Whenever you're booking a flight that's either from or to or within the US, if you're booking that flight directly with the airline, so not on, orbitz.com, not on priceline.com, but directly with the airline, by law, you are given a 24-hour grace period after you book that where you can cancel that ticket without any penalty, without any fee. And that can actually be a really sort of helpful, beneficial thing, especially in these mistake fare scenarios where time is really of the essence. So if let's say I wanted to go on this flight to Milan with my wife, and we're going to book. I saw these flights. Oh, holy shit! It's $130. Like, I need to book this, but she's at work or she's in a meeting, and we can't like quite coordinate our schedules right then. I can actually just go and make this. Like, if I were to wait until this evening when she gets home, and then we like figure out, hey, do you want to take this flight? When's a good time? Like that, yada yada yada. Almost certainly that fare is going to be gone by this evening. Like, those $130 fares do not stick around. So instead, if I sit there and I know in my head, okay, I've got a 24-hour, if I book directly with the airline, I've got a 24-hour grace period. Why don't I just book the flight? Like, I can take my best guess of whichever week or weekend I think we'd want to go. Hell, I could even book 2 or 3 of the flight, different weeks, make those bookings. And then I've just locked in that fare for 24 hours. And I can, when she gets home that evening, we can look at it together and we decide, okay, yeah, that one in, April and May, those are no good. But that one that you booked in June, yeah, that's perfect. Like, let's cancel the April and May ones, get a full refund. The one in June looks great. Let's keep that one. Like, that can be a really, really kind of helpful, powerful tool when you find a really great fare that you're not sure is going to last, taking advantage of that 24-hour rule.
And so that does only happen booking directly with the flight, or can that also happen through services like Expedia, Orbitz, things like that?
So there's a couple nuances here. It is guaranteed by law when you book directly with the airline. The only nuance is that they do not have to honor it if you're within 7 days of travel. So if I'm booking a flight for Valentine's Day, it's February 12th today, and we're booking a flight for Valentine's Day, like, the airline doesn't have to give me a 24-hour period. Like, it can lock in there. But if it's, today's February 12th, if I'm booking after like February 20th or beyond, then I'm due that 24-hour grace period. Specific like online travel agencies like Priceline have their own 24-hour guarantees. But the difference is that it's not guaranteed by law. And so there's a bit more nuance in the background about like, when is the cutoff time? What if they don't respond in time? Like, I think they can be good and valuable, and they're good guides on the internet to taking advantage of them. But it's the fact that it is the company's like out of the company's like bylaws and policies rather than it being like a legal guarantee gives, I think, a bit more weight to when you're booking directly with the airline.
Yeah. Okay. And so are there any like huge mistakes or like cardinal sins that you try to avoid at all costs? Or if someone's new to the company or your friends, you're like, never, ever, ever book this way or do this when you're booking or checking out? Like, anything you always try to tell people to avoid?
I mean, probably the cardinal sin that comes in my mind is a lot of people still have in their head that they can wait till the last minute and that that fares will drop in that last like week or two. The thinking being like, oh yeah, the airlines are going to, slash the price a couple days before takeoff because as soon as they close the doors, any unfilled seat is just lost revenue for them. which like makes intuitive sense. And it was true like 20 years ago for a lot of the airline industry for 20 years ago. But in the past couple of decades, what the airlines realized is that the vast majority of people booking in that last week or two before the travel date, before departure date, it wasn't leisure travelers. It wasn't folks trying to go on vacation. It was business travelers. And the difference between leisure and business travelers is leisure travelers are very price sensitive. They really care what that flight costs. Business travelers, they don't give a fuck. Like it doesn't matter to them because they're not the ones paying. Like it's the company that is paying for that ticket, and that the business travelers, like, you know, their schedules can be really kind of up in the air. Oftentimes it's just not a priority to book until the last minute. So like the price in the last week or two actually tends to skyrocket rather than dropping, because the airlines are trying to extract as much revenue as possible from the business travelers, even if it means that they have unsold seats on the plane. Like better they sell one seat for $2,000 than sell 5 seats for $200. Like they're going to get more from that one seat than from those 5. Yeah.